everybody, and welcome to Connecticut Style. I'm Jocelyn Momenta.
And I'm Teresa LaBarbera. Thanks for starting out your week with us. Coming up today,
is your garden ready for winter? Now is the time to get it ready for the cold days and nights ahead. Professional gardener Colleen Plimpton is back to show us some tips and tricks for winterizing your home garden.
Plus, it's the retelling of The Scarlet Letter with an eerie twist. Best-selling author Hillary Jordan discusses her latest novel, When She Woke.
And we'll share a cooking segment we recently did with Chef Emily Brooks, the author of Farmer and Feast.
So Jerry Scheich from Bethel and all of you watching,
sit back and relax.
You're having lunch with style.
A witness claims Sierra was speeding. We proved them wrong. The insurance company said Dave was at fault because he laid his bike down. We proved them wrong. If you've gone down, we'll pick you up. I'm John Heyman, and that's my promise.
Jaguar Hartford is Connecticut's exclusive Jaguar dealership with the finest selection of new Jaguars and select edition certified pre-owned Jaguars. Our service department is available from 7 a.m. until 6 p.m. and our factory certified Jaguar Hartford team has over 200 years combined expertise. Visit us at exit 33 off I-91 or at jaguarhartford.com. Exceptional 0% APR financing on 2011 Jaguar XF and XJ models. 2012 Jaguar models are available for immediate delivery at Jaguar Hartford.
It's time to enroll in a Medicare insurance plan. You can call one of those big insurance companies.
Your hold time is 27 minutes.
Or you can get personal service from MedicareCT.com. At MedicareCT.com, we make Medicare insurance simple. We take the time to explain your options and help find the plan that's right for you. Call now for your free consultation. MedicareCT.com. Medicare insurance made simple.
This week on The Chew, we're kicking off fall.
Makes you kind of shake it a little.
With the best tailgating foods. Sink your teeth into the best desserts. And easy, family-friendly foods to go.
How about that?
The Chew, all new, all this week, only on ABC.
When the nights get chilly and there's frost in the forecast, it's time to put your garden to bed for the winter.
That's right, and a little prepping now will make it a lot easier to open your garden in the spring.
Joining us now is professional garden communicator Colleen Plimpton. Welcome back to the show. It's always nice to have you here.
Thank you so much.
I should mention, Teresa, that her book, Mentors in the Garden of Life, is a finalist for the 2011 Book of the Year in the Memoir category by the Connecticut Center for the Book at the Hartford Library. Congrats.
Thank you.
It's quite an honor.
It is. I'm thrilled.
All right, so it's fall, and
yes,
the gardens are kind of coming to an end. What do you do this time of year?
This is take down time in the garden. This is when we want to get out the clippers, get out those electric hedge trimmers, and cut down the perennials in the garden, most of them, and put them in the compost.
Okay, when you say cut them down, how far down?
Way far down.
Way far?
Cut them down to like 6 inches, 4 inches. The roots will continue to grow, but once frost has singed the top, then that's really pretty useless, except in the compost pile. Now, you want to leave up some stuff. You want to leave up some things for the birds, like the tall garden sedum. You want to leave up some pretty things that will catch the snow and look attractive, like your astilbe. But most everything gets cut down. You also want to start planting your bulbs this time of year. Oh, you'll be so happy in the spring when you've planted your daffodils and tulips in the fall.
Okay, some people actually take their bulbs out.
Those would be your tender bulbs. Those would be your cannas, your gladiola. Those would be bulbs that can't survive our Connecticut winters. But hardy bulbs like daffodils and tulips and crocus, those should be planted now. And when you go to plant your bulbs, make sure that you've got a firm bulb. Make sure that you've got a bulb that's healthy and going to give you good color next spring. And dig in some nice organic material into your soil. Cover them up. Give them some water if the heavens don't provide. And then they go to sleep. Next April, May, there they'll be.
You have your flowers.
Yes.
I see that there's still some deer repellent.
Oh,
do you
yes.
need that this time of year?
Yes, you do. The darn deer, they are establishing their feeding territories as we speak.
Okay.
So you have to deer repel. Even though the garden's getting put to bed, you want to deer repel those shrubs. You want to deer repel those roses, those bushes that the deer might think they can dine on this winter. You want to dissuade them.
You also have this contraption here.
Oh, my wonderful cobra head.
You can really kill a plant with that.
This is a great tool. This is one of the best tools for digging and weeding. It's called a cobra head for obvious reasons. It has a really pointed, like a cobra, head on it, and it's strong and versatile. It can be a weeder. You pull it against the soil. You can also dig it into the soil and plant small bulbs, the minor bulbs, and it just has a lot of uses in the garden, as do many tools. Many tools are quite versatile.
All right, and tell us about the compost pile you have here.
Oh, my compost. This is just the best part of gardening, I think, because compost makes your soil so rich, so organic. It'll hold water. It will help your garden to be healthy and fruitful. But composting really goes on all year long. This is a great time of the year to start a compost pile, though, because Mother Nature has given us all those fallen leaves. So you gather up those leaves and you start layering them into a pile, sort of adjacent to your garden, and then you put in all those other good things like the pine cones and your kitchen scraps. And by spring, you've got a head start on beautiful, rich compost.
That's it?
And that's
all
going to
it
help
takes?
the plants?
Oh, yeah. This has got such good stuff in it, microorganisms and material that will help your soil hold moisture and give richness to the soil that is going to grow your flowers and your vegetables.
What's that book over there on the side? What is that going to be used for?
This is Garden Diary, and this, Jocelyn, is where you write down your hopes and dreams for your garden. This is where you write your list. I promise next year I will do thus and such in my garden. I really am going to move that hydrangea. I really am going to trim back that rose. I really am going to buy that beautiful coral bells. You write it all down.
You better start yours. I know. You better get yours and start writing it down.
I told Teresa earlier, I think I'm going to wish for somebody to come in and do all that for me.
We all wish that.
So, Kelly, what type of flowers or plants should we be looking at this time of year?
There's a lot of things that are still in color. The hydrangeas are still colorful. Roses are still colorful. There are Montauk daisies and, of course, mums, which we treat really as annuals. But there's a lot of different things.
Let's take a look at this photo that you have of your garden. And this was just a few weeks back.
Yes,
so we were amazed. Teresa and I said, no, it can't look like that.
No, it's very recent, just a couple of weeks ago. I really believe in trying to have a garden that's colorful all season long, and that extends into now.
And so tell us a little bit about what we see.
Oh, we've got some roses. We've got a beautiful, in the center of the picture, there's a beautiful golden Japanese forest grass called all gold. And up against that is some really pretty pink sedum. In the background, there's a little bit of hydrangea. So, and then there's a little splotch of roses. There's all kinds of different things in flower now, and it's easy to do. All you have to do is whenever you go to the nursery, get one plant that's in bloom now, but get another one that's going to bloom later in the season. And pretty soon, your garden will be colorful all season long.
And you have a lovely bouquet, and what's great is that I know you've had this a while.
I have. This bouquet is actually a couple of years old.
Can you believe that? It looks perfect for fall.
I haul it around to my garden lectures. But what I like to do is show people these are just some of the things that you can pick from your garden and dry and have as a dried arrangement. I call it the last bouquet of autumn.
But you can still plant.
Oh, yes, you can still plant.
Let's take a look at the pictures you brought along with you.
You can still plant. Now, that's a beautiful sedum, a trailing sedum, which kind of is low to the ground. But, oh, the pinky purple color is so pretty. And there are many other things that you can plant. It's best at this point. Oh, and there's a daisy. That's Montauk daisy. And there's a little bee on it. Very important to plant things that are attractive to the bees and the butterflies, because at the end of the season, they're really hungry. They're getting ready to go into the winter, and we need to plant things that have nectar for them. So they like some of the winter and fall plants also, and we need to be sure that we've got them, not just for us, but for them too.
All right, and very good. And you also have some book signings coming up.
I do. I have a number of book signings and garden lectures. I will be at various places around the state. They're all on my website, www.colleenplimpton.com. I'm very busy this time of year, and I think it's because people are so interested in gardening, and they don't want the season to end. Neither do I. However, I look forward to my 3 months off when the ground is frozen.
All right, we'll see you in the spring.
Absolutely. All right, Colleen, thank you so much for being here. And coming up next on Connecticut Style, Chef Emily Brooks shares a recipe from her cookbook, Connecticut Farmer and Feast. That's when Connecticut Style returns. Don't go anywhere.
Here in Connecticut, we see all types of dangerous weather. Sometimes, people make bad decisions in poor driving conditions that carelessly ignores the safety of other drivers because they're not in control. Accidents don't just happen. They're caused by bad decisions made by careless people.
Trantolo and Trantolo turns those bad decisions into fair settlements for the innocent people and families they hurt. Trantolo and Trantolo, 888-TRAN-TOLO.
The next generation Da Vinci SI robot-assisted technology is now at Middlesex Hospital, where in the hands of our skilled surgeons, it's taking minimally invasive surgery further than ever before, including a treatment for lung cancer and a revolutionary procedure for sleep apnea. Best of all, it's putting patients at ease with less scarring, less pain, and less time away from the activities they love. Middlesex Hospital, technology with a human touch.
We were skipping stones and letting go over the river and down the road.
Nature Valley granola bars, where toasted oats with rich dark chocolate or sweet honey come together in the most perfect combinations.
I was just thinking, I hope this'll never end.
Nature Valley sweet and salty nut bars. They're made from whole roasted nuts and dipped in creamy peanut butter, making your craving for a sweet and salty bar irresistible. By Nature Valley.
Our next guest has some food for thought, linking what we eat to the folks who provide us with fresh and local produce.
Emily Brooks wrote the Connecticut Farmer and Feast, a new cookbook featuring local farmers and producers and recipes featuring their specialty food.
Emily is the founder of Edibles Advocate Alliance and joins us now. Welcome back to the show. It's great to have you.
Thank you. I love cooking with you guys.
Yeah, and this is a new book.
It is.
How'd you come up with this one?
I was driving around the state and I thought we have wonderful magazines and we have great farm maps that don't have any other information, just, you know, map-wise, and I thought we need to link the two together. So luckily for me, Mary Norris, Globe Pequot Press said we love the idea, and I was off and running, so
you can have a lot of fun while tasting local food all around the state and coming up with recipes.
Yes.
That's terrific. What are we making here today?
We are going to do the meal.
Okay, the whole meal.
So we have some wonderful veal chops from Deerfield Farm, or actually from Hurricane Farm, and we're going to put a lavender spice rub on them because we actually have a lavender
And
grower
this is their
in
recipe,
Connecticut.
right? Is that right? And where's this one located?
Hurricane Farm is in Scotland, so way up northeast
corner.
corner.
Find that one.
And the lavender farm is way up in Thompson, so farther.
Almost by the Massachusetts
That's
line
right.
up there. Okay, very good.
And then we're going to make good old-fashioned hearty macaroni and cheese from Cato Corner Farm with the typical Mornay sauce, but it's caloric and really
Of course, it has to be when you're talking about really cheesy mac and cheese, right?
Yes, and then we're just going to kind of pair that all together with the shredded celery root and green apple salad, just to kind of pep up our taste buds.
Well, I want to help. What can we do?
Okay.
Move over here.
So what I'm going to have you do, this is so simple. We're going to use Deerfield Farm yogurt, and we're going to add some mustard and some garlic and lemon to that. But in the meantime, you just, do you mind grating?
Not a problem.
And you can grate an apple.
Okay.
And some of the celery root.
Yes.
I want you to check out this wonderful lavender.
Ooh, can I smell it?
You can.
Oh, how lovely. And now this is edible?
It is edible, and actually the type of lavender that we grow in Connecticut actually has more volatile oils in it than most of the lavender you can get. So you can sleep with it, put it in a sachet, or...
It's actually good for your skin, too.
Yes, or you can eat.
Okay.
Eat it. So we have a mortar and pestle, and this rub calls for garlic shallots, fresh thyme, fennel seeds.
Okay.
And lavender. So
you're going to use this tool, which I thought was a muddler, to make mojitos with, and it's going to mix it all together?
Yes, you can go ahead and mix that.
Do I need to cut this up a little more?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Now, how much
This is
of
a
this
really
do you
big knife,
need?
Emily.
I only need 2 cups, so that's
Do I
about...
have 2 cups? Oh,
Perfect.
this whole thing?
Yeah, and then you can
Start the apple?
switch right over to the apple.
Just do it like that. Just put
Throw
the
it right on there.
Really?
We like the skin. Skin has the most fiber, and color is where all your vitamins are.
Okay, now how much of this do you need?
We need a cup of that.
A cup.
And
okay.
actually, I did the Rachel Ray thing again. So
You did?
Yeah. So what I have here is I have our...
This is a great workout.
I know, it's tiring, isn't it? Let me see.
This is great. Yeah, I'm building muscle.
So here's our Mornay sauce for the macaroni and cheese, and we're using 2% milk, and we're using 6 months aged Dutch farmstead cheddar. And when you combine the two with a little bit of flour, and actually the trick to this recipe is to throw in a whole bunch of diced evil summer squash. I call them evil.
Why are they
because-
evil, Emily? Why are they evil? They seem nice squash.
They seem lovely, but everybody has too many. So the best way for kids
I was going to say,
to eat these
this is how you're trying to sneak in the veggies.
check that out. Who's
Yeah,
going
I
to
see
turn
it.
down macaroni and cheese? And you can't
When it's
even
loaded with cheese like that, no. No one's going to say no to
grind
that.
them in there.
I gotta say, I'm doing a great job shopping here. I really am taking pride in this.
And you know what? Emerald,
Because
stand
usually
back.
I'm not a
Check
very
this
good
out.
You are
chopper,
doing much,
but,
much better.
I'm learning,
I'm
Jones.
terrible.
I am learning.
Between
I'm gonna
between
put
all
the
our
green
guests,
stuff
we
in it,
get
too.
these great cooking lessons. We learn.
Is that like yoga and then chopping 101?
I haven't
It's
started. Wait,
perfect.
am I supposed to chop the stems in here too?
The stems actually will fall right off if you just
Oh,
shake
so we
it a
don't
bit.
want the stems in here?
Actually, some are okay.
I've spoken too soon.
Here's what it looks like when it's all done.
Okay.
All right. Wonderful. And we add a little garlic and olive oil. I don't know if the camera wants to zoom in on that.
Oh, that's the made-for-TV version?
That's the made-for-TV.
Good,
and then
because now
check
we have
this
stems
out.
in ours.
So where'd you get your? This is veal, right?
This is veal.
Where did you get the veal?
We got this from Hurricane Farm. We have a
This is the
lot
one, the veal.
of
Okay.
farmers in Connecticut who have wonderful veal, and not the typical veal that you think of when you see them on TV, like, you know, they're held in small pens. These are just dairy operations, and when they have bull calves, then they raise them humanely and then send them to the farm market for us. So actually, are you guys ready to eat?
Yes. Oh wait, do we have enough of this?
That's perfect.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. You want these on the
We
top?
want
A really big
all
knife.
of
All that.
the greeny,
Okay.
skinny
We are
fiber.
all set.
Wonderful.
Okay.
I haven't begun
I'm
muddling
going to
yet.
trade you
Okay.
for.
Aha. What is this?
That is exactly what you made, tossed with
It
lemon
is?
juice,
Okay.
yogurt.
Doesn't look like
Ta-da!
it. Look at the difference. Okay. So you added. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Lemon juice,
Lemon
yogurt,
juice. Lemon juice. Yogurt.
mustard,
Mustard.
and garlic.
What kind of mustard? Just regular mustard?
Yeah,
grapefruit was like okay.
French.
I don't know why mine doesn't look like yours at all.
Because you haven't added olive oil.
Oh,
to
okay,
yours yet, so
okay.
that's the big difference. See, mine is just turned into a paste, and yours is almost there.
So you just want me to go ahead and put it on the plate?
A little bit.
Just a little bit. Okay, on the corner maybe. How's that?
And I will trade you plates.
Okay.
Oh my gosh,
We'll
that
trade
looks
places.
We have
terrific.
trade places.
And put yours on the other side.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to get forks in the meantime.
Yeah, because you know we're going to get ready to eat. Ready to chow down. Okay.
And then what we'll do is we'll turn off our oven here.
Okay, now we'll switch again. Oh, isn't that beautiful?
Oh, it smells really nice.
And then...
All right, we have a little less than a minute.
Because-
Jocelyn, let me give you a fork.
Oh, thank you. Do we have a knife?
We
Nope,
don't
you have
want
to pick up that veal
I
chop
know, really.
with your hands.
We don't
Actually,
want
I
to waste
would
all
if
the
I was
wonderful
home.
oil. So there you go.
Okay, you know what? Do we have a steak knife anywhere? I thought we did.
Yes,
one
we do.
right
I'm
back
just
there.
teasing.
No, I thought we had some up here, but
This looks very tender, so I'm sure that will probably
All right,
work.
here we go.
Thank you, Emily. This
This
is
is
delicious.
Oh, thank you, Emily. All right, as you all know, you can get the recipe on our website, WTNH.com. And then, of course, click on Connecticut Style. All right, there's more Connecticut Style right after this. Take a bite, Teresa.
All right, I'm going with the mac and cheese.
Okay.
Ooh, and it's cheesy and wonderful. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Okay, I'm having some of this.
Hey, Lisa in Colchester. Wow. Hey, Teresa in Shelton. You should go pro. Hey, Jerry in Milford, Terry in West Haven, and Everett in New Haven. We love what you do. Thanks, and keep sending us your pics through Report It. People in New Haven fighting hard to keep their post office from shutting down.
Do not close this post office. It is a center of our lives.
As long as they're fighting, we'll make their voices heard. Who's got your back? News 8.
Hi, I'm Bob Alvine, president of Premier Subaru in Branford.
And I'm Jeff Fox. It's year-end clearance time. And that means you'll save hundreds, even thousands, on a fresh stock of brand new Foresters, Imprezas, and Outbacks.
Plus, Subarus get over 30 miles to the gallon in all our top safety picks.
But you have to act now. With prices this low, these cars won't last long.
Our year-end clearance, it's more the hassle-free value you expect from the Subaru leader.
Premier Subaru, Route 1, Branford.
Life before my new dentures was hard. I couldn't eat what I wanted to eat. But after I went to Aspen Dental, big difference. I could eat all the foods I love. They knew how to help me find payments that I could afford because I'm on a fixed income. And best of all, they have the most wonderful people in the office.
Right now, custom crafted dentures start at just $249. Call 1-800-ASPEN-DENTAL.
And I can't say thank you enough.
Take a little time to smile.
Once You Woke is the latest page-turner from international best-selling author Hillary Jordan. It is the story of a stigmatized woman struggling to navigate an America of the not-too-distant future where the line between church and state has been destroyed and convicted felons are chromed or colored to match their crime. Hillary Jordan joins us now. It's great to have you.
Thank you.
Was it your intent from the very beginning to really give the book, The Scarlet Letter, written by Nathaniel Hawthorne, a more modern twist?
Yes, not from the very beginning. From the very beginning, I didn't have the Scarlet Letter connection. All I really had was this idea of this red woman waking up in a prison cell.
So it sort of evolved.
It definitely evolved, yes.
This is, the story is amazing because it is kind of very creative when you talk about being chromed. This is a young woman who's accused of a crime, convicted of a crime, and then her Scarlet Letter is the color red.
Yes, exactly.
How did this come about?
The genesis of this happened many, many years ago, and I was having a conversation with a family member, a brilliant and opinionated family member, and we were talking about the drug problem in America. And he said, well, I think that all drugs ought to be legal. They just ought to turn you bright blue so that other people can stay away from you, see you coming and stay away from you. And this idea of what it would be like to be stigmatized in that way really stuck in my mind. And many years later, I wrote those first 4 pages about the red woman in the room.
And the color red isn't the only color you talk about in this book. There are other colors that match. It depends what crime you commit. So let's go through them. You have green.
Green is armed robbery, also financial felonies. Blue is child molestation. Purple is rape, although I never actually say that in the story. But I did have a whole color code.
And yellow, too.
And yellows are misdemeanors.
Very good.
Yes.
Now, this is a book. How would you describe this book? It has a different twist to it.
It's a dark fable. It's a bit of a cautionary tale about where we might be headed if we don't change course a bit. More than anything, I just wanted to write a compelling piece of literature, like a great story.
And this is really about an awakening.
Yes. It's
the
about
title,
a series.
When She Woke.
Yes. It's about a series of awakenings. She literally wakes up red, but she also has a series of awakenings over the course of the book, spiritual, intellectual, sexual, so all that stuff comes in.
Her name is Hannah Payne.
Yes.
And of course, as soon as I heard that, you had to think about, well, Hester.
Yes, exactly.
The Scarlet Letter.
Exactly.
And they both really had to change throughout the course of the book. And she herself had to struggle to really become more independent as she dealt with the crime that she's accused of. And there's a great passage, I just thought, anyway, and as I was reading this book, between she and her friend, Kayla, were locked in the trunk of a car. And Kayla says to Hannah, "You've got the strength to survive whatever happens." And when she said that, it just really spoke to me, because that's all we really need to think about, is that be strong and you'll get through whatever it is.
Yeah, she starts off not being so strong, or not realizing she's strong, and the book is really about her self-realization and coming to a place of real strength.
You have a lot of characters in this book.
Yes, I have a sort of corollary to Arthur Dimmesdale. And really, in thinking about the Scarlet Letter, I tried to think about what would be parallels from the world he described in late 17th century Boston and my futuristic dystopian world. So, in the Scarlet Letter, Hester Prynne is on a scaffold in front of all the people, and I thought, okay, what would be the modern day equivalent of that? Well, reality television, pushed seriously far. What would be the modern day equivalent of a very charismatic minister? Well, a megachurch preacher. So I really had fun playing with those themes.
You're getting a lot of accolades for this book.
Yes, fortunately.
It's been chosen for, we were talking this earlier, what was it chosen for this month?
It's the Indie Next pick for October, and it's one of O Magazine's fall reading picks. So that's just wonderful.
Well, it's my pick of the week.
Oh, well, thank you.
It's a great book. I really enjoyed it. I stayed up till 2 a.m. to read it.
Authors hate hearing that.
Again, the book is When She Rode by Hillary Jordan. Hillary, thanks again for being with us.
Thank you so much. It was my pleasure.
You're welcome. Don't go away. There's more Connecticut Style right after this.
When you're well cared for, you can keep doing the things you love, which is why WellCare Medicare Advantage plans give you extra Medicare benefits at no extra cost.
I am well cared for.
In fact, call now to see how you can start being well cared for with a free $10 Walgreens Wellness Card. Our plans give you great things like no monthly premium, no or low co-pays to see your doctor, no cost generic drugs, and even brand name coverage. Plus, you'll enjoy extra dental, vision, and hearing benefits. And even free gym memberships, rides to your doctor, and over-the-counter medicines every month. That's a lot more benefits than regular Medicare with no monthly premium.
I am well cared for.
Call the number on your screen right now to see how you can get a free $10 Walgreens Wellness Card just for having an appointment with us. Are you well cared for? You can be. Let's talk.
A witness claimed Sierra was speeding. We proved them wrong. The insurance company said Dave was at fault because he laid his bike down. We proved them wrong. If you've gone down, we'll pick you up. I'm John Heyman, and that's my promise.
Before Allegra D, congestion and pressure from allergies shut me down. After Allegra D, I can breathe.
Allegra D provides fast, non-drowsy, 24-hour relief of your toughest symptoms, even reducing swelling that can cause congestion and pressure.
After Allegra D, I have it all.
We wanted to remind you about the upcoming Mark My Words, an evening with Baldacci, Grisham, and Picot, Wednesday, October 19th at 8 p.m. at Woolsey Hall in New Haven. It's all to benefit the Mark Twain House and Museum. All the information right there on the screen.
And as a special bonus, we are giving away autographed copies of these authors' books. Just go to ConnecticutStyle.tv and enter to win.
And we're back here because we wanted one more tip from Colleen.
And what is this? This is our tip, isn't it?
This doohickey is what we put in our farm pond, our garden pond, to help our livestock, which are our goldfish and our frogs, to overwinter. You have to have a little piece of ice clear so the gases can exchange, so those frogs and salamanders and goldfish can live in your pond over the winter. That's what this does.
What a great tip.
Yes.
All right, Colleen, thank you for being here, and thank you to all of our guests, but most of all,
thank you for watching.
Make it a great day.